As a matter of fact, let's just try this if we can. Why don't you guys imagine you're her sitting here and go through your version of whatever it is she was imagining up here, being acknowledged, Betsy, 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 that kind of thing. Get whatever feeling that you can get from that, trying to be her. And then I'm just going to give you about a full 60 seconds here. And then just start tapping yourself as though you were her without saying anything. Just say it to yourself quietly. Just being her and collapsing whatever you're picking up that would be her issue up here. So go ahead. Okay, that's a minute. Now, sometimes when you do surrogate stuff, it's important just to guess. What I had you do was just guess there. I just had you tune into her and pick up whatever you thought she might be experiencing here. And it's quite interesting how what you imagine oftentimes really is on point. Maybe not exact, but often it's on point. But did I not remember correctly that when she was here, I asked her for specific events as a childhood? Did she tell me she didn't have one? Did I remember that correctly, or she did? She did. Did she say what it was? What?
School bus thing, taking the school bus.
Oh, taking the school. Yeah, but I'm forgetting the details of it. Several buses. Oh, you had to take several buses. That's right. Scary school. What? Dirty bathrooms. Dark, alone. It's dangerous to get attention, and people deserve more attention than I do. Okay, we're going to start going. Okay, even though I had this school experience, and I felt so alone, I also recognize that I need to be quiet. That's what I learned from my parents, at least in one of the circumstances I talked about. I need to be quiet, maybe even quiet or else. That's a conflict. I'm very young, very impressionable. I pick up things that are irrational as time goes on, okay? And I'm on these school buses, and I've got to go from one bus to the other bus to the other bus. And I don't want to be acknowledged. And the bathrooms are dirty. And I feel so alone. I feel so alone, even though I'm surrounded by people. I feel so alone. It's an irrational emotional response that made a lot of sense then, because that was how I knew how to take care of myself. I now know better as an adult. I don't have to feel so alone all the time. I don't have to replay the school thing all the time. I don't have to replay, you need to be quiet all the time. I can be out there. I can speak my own mind. The consequences are imaginary. And fortunately, it's my imagination. And I have control. I have control of my thoughts. And those I don't want, I can collapse. With EFT. Okay. Oh, what else was there? Remind me. What were the things you said? Dangerous? Dangerous? What was the other thing? Dangerous to get attention. And others deserve more attention than I do. Okay, even though it's dangerous. What's that? All right, remind me of that in a moment, okay? Remind me of that in a moment. Even though it's dangerous. to get attention, even though it's dangerous to get attention. I deeply and completely accept myself. There are a lot of celebrities in this world who absolutely hunger for it. But for me, it's dangerous. There's lots of people who would love to have fame. In fact, that's sort of America's dream, is it not? But I think it's dangerous. I am so arrogant to think that my version of this is the only version that counts. I don't like being called arrogant. But when push comes to shove, I think my opinion is worth more than yours. Ha, ha, ha. In fact, I know it's worth more than yours. I'm arrogant, but I'll lighten up about it. Lighten up, Betsy. 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 Okay. It was dangerous. What was the other one? Deserve, what was it? Other people deserve more attention than I do. Okay, even though I believe that other people deserve more attention than I do, I'm not sure I could give you a long list of why that is. Because I can think of a lot of people that don't deserve any attention at all. And I can think of people who get attention who don't deserve it. And I have my own version here. I don't deserve attention. Strangely enough, when Gary asked for a volunteer, up went my hand. And I was so congruent about it, I got Gary's attention, and here I sit getting attention. And I have a whole room full of 100 people giving me attention. Lighten up, Betsy. Lighten up, Betsy. I deserve attention. Emotionally, maybe I feel I don't. But on the other hand, I actually do. Or why would I sit up here to begin with? I don't think I should be an acknowledged healer. But I am a healer. I earn money at it. And I sat up here getting acknowledgement. I'm in conflict. And that's the issue. This is a conflict. Lighten up, Betsy. Lighten up, Betsy. This is a conflict. This is a conflict. Maybe it's showing up in my ankle. Maybe it isn't. Maybe the ankle has nothing to do with anything. Maybe it'll just fade on its own. Okay. But I am in conflict. I am in conflict. Nobody else here is in conflict. Actually, as an aside here, over the years, one of the things I've developed in time is it's never what happened. You've heard me say that before. It's always your response that we can work with. What happened we can't change. Your response we can do something with, you know. What was I saying before that? What was I saying? Yeah, the conflict. Yeah, in most cases, it's a conflict we are dealing with. We're saying that this is my issue, but then we have something else that's in conflict with it. Like we're saying, somebody would say, my parents always told me I was worthless. Okay? I was worthless. On the other hand, you think you're worth something. So you're in conflict. Do you see that? Okay. Even though I think I'm worthless, we'll just pick that one up. Even though I'm Betsy, and I think I'm worthless, and I could sit here and imagine a past event and get all worked up about it, even though it's decades old. I deeply and completely accept myself. And I wonder how come I do that. I need a little peace here. Lighten up, Betsy. A little peace, please. I choose peace instead of this. It would be much nicer to have peace instead of irresolvable conflicts. These are conflicts you don't really resolve. You let them go. If you want to find conflicts, they're a dime a dozen. And I see them starting to walk up here, so they'll be here in a couple of minutes. What else can we do quickly?
Intimidation. Maybe these people are so much well-known.
Okay, even though I may feel intimidated here, and some of the people in this audience are well-known.
Or that she's not quite to where she thinks.
And I'm not quite where I think I need to be yet. And nobody is, because I don't care how far I get down the road, there's always more road. It always happens. A conflict again, okay? Betsy has a conflict. Betsy has a conflict. Doesn't need it anymore. Now when she comes in, go, Betsy, Betsy, Betsy. I will cue you. I mean, she'll come in and, are they coming? Are they there, Eric? Well, they're not here yet, so but who else? Go ahead. Physical pain, even though I have this ankle pain. Which nobody tells me there's a mechanical reason for. Or a medical reason for. I think it's because I got flat feet, I think. But I doubt it. There's something else going on. Flat feet, or ankle pain. Ankle pain. Ankle pain. Ankle pain. Ankle pain. Ankle pain. Are we ready back there yet? See, what I'd like to do is have this Betsy thing. And when she gets up here, I want to know how she feels about it when she got here. Okay, we'll just see. We'll see. Oh, well, we still have more time, so what else? What about Mother? Remind me. Oh, here she goes. He's coming in now. Okay. Hi, Betsy. Come on up. Betsy, 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 Betsy. Yay! We don't know if we fixed you or not, sweetie, but we'll have a few questions here. Right? Can we do this? Okay. What I'm curious about. Well, first of all, that's the wrong way. I think I'm going to do it this way. Ah, that'll be better. Can you just hold that? Say 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Have a seat. Say 1, 2, 3 again. So they.
1, 2, 3.
Does that work for you? No. Okay. 1, 2, 3 again.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Can you hear okay? Oh, okay, good. I'm curious, and please be accurate for me. When you came in, we say Betsy, Betsy. What was going on?
I kind of liked it.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. Well, my perception before we did our fixie thing, okay, was that would be a knee buckler for you.
That would have been uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was it mildly uncomfortable? Was it, hey, that's nice? I mean, give
You mean
me
right now?
Just now, when we said Betsy.
That was wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, it was? Okay. Yeah. But it would have been a knee buckler.
Yeah, I mean, I can even put myself back in time and feel it. I can go back, and I can remember, and then I can come here and know that that's changed.
Oh, okay. You're talking about the things I asked you to mentally go through before?
Yeah.
All right. If you would, for the moment, close your eyes, get as comfortable as you want, go back into that issue that was intense for you. And this time I want you to do it a little differently, though. And that is, I want you to try to get yourself intense. That is, exaggerate the sights and the sounds and the feelings and try to get yourself worked up. And then let me know what number you get to.
There's nothing there.
Well, try a little harder.
This is just a blank screen. It's
just a blank screen.
There's nothing there.
All right, say this. Say, I don't deserve to be an acknowledged healer. I'm just saying the sentence, but I want you to do something for me. You'll say the sentence, and what I want to ask you for that is for you to assess how true it feels. Not how true it sounds logically. I want to know how the emotion, how true it feels to you on a 10-point scale. Like 10 is, oh, that's really true, and 0 is, nothing, okay? I don't deserve to be an acknowledged healer.
I don't deserve to be an acknowledged healer. I can even feel the words do not want to come out.
They don't want to come out?
No.
Well, meaning, okay, we're getting into semantics here.
Well, I mean, it's not true.
Oh, because it's not true. Okay, all right. Say, I deserve to be an acknowledged healer.
I deserve to be an acknowledged healer.
Okay, well, yeah, but what we want to test, and please, it's really important that you be as accurate as you can.
Yeah.
Because we're not here about, oh, good, it worked, and hooray, hooray. We're trying to learn.
I know.
Okay,
We're trying to be.
Okay. So I deserve to be an acknowledged healer. Is that a 10 true, a 0 true, or something in between?
I deserve to be acknowledged healer. I deserve to be acknowledged healer. That's about a 10, I think.
It's about a 10. Are you muscle testing yourself?
I'm checking myself.
Okay.
I mean, you could check me. Do you want to check me?
No.
Okay.
No. I just want, but I want your feeling. I don't want.
Okay.
This to me is a mechanical sort of training wheel thing. I want your feeling
Okay.
about it. Okay. See, I deserve to be an acknowledged healer. Take that.
I deserve to be an acknowledged healer.
Say, I am an acknowledged healer.
I am an acknowledged healer now.
How does that feel?
Yeah.
Well, are you actually an acknowledged healer?
Yes.
Everybody is to one degree or another.
Yes.
Okay. Some are more acknowledged than others, but, right? Mm-hmm. How's the ankle?
I forgot. There's still some stiffness.
Is it
there.
was it like a 4 or 5 before?
Yeah. There's some tenderness if I touch, but it's more like a 2, I would say now.
Well, okay, but I want to zero in for a second. Can you bring it back up here? Before, you weren't talking about tender to the touch. I mean,
Right, I have to touch it to get...
You have to touch it now to have it feel. Before, you weren't touching it. Am I correct?
Yeah, I mean, I was checking in with it, but it's...
Okay,
I
but
feel a little bit there still.
It was a 4 or 5, if I
Yeah,
recall
4 or
it,
5,
doing
and
that. And now it's
It's more like a 2.
more like a 2.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, we're going to, just as an experiment, we're going to do a little surrogate tapping the audience
Okay.
to see if it gets any different than a 2. Okay, we'll just give it a...
I love that.
All you do is sit there.
Okay.
Okay. Even though I'm Betsy's ankle, and I've had this problem for a long time, and I didn't have a damn thing to do about it, or with it. I'm sitting on top of a flat foot, but that may not be the real reason. I need healing. I need peace. Betsy's getting some peace. And I'm getting some peace. And I'd like to have a little more peace. There's conflict going on in the past. We did a lot on conflict here, by the way. Okay. And maybe it's showing up right here where I am, in this ankle. Peace in this ankle. Peace in this ankle. Peace in this ankle. No conflict. Peace in this ankle. If there is a conflict, leave it be. Peace in this ankle. Peace in this ankle. Betsy, peace. Betsy, peace. I love you, Betsy. 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 give me a, tell me for still a 2 or whatever it is.
That's good. That's better. Let's see. That's better.
Well, when you say better.
Better, what's the number?
Yeah.
I know. What's the number? Can I poke it?
Do it as you will, yeah.
That's better.
Is it there at all?
I am having a hard time finding it. I'm looking for it.
Okay.
I've lived with it for so long.
You've lived, how many?
Repose.
For how many years have you lived with it?
Well, 2001 would be when it really, when I really realized it hurt.
Okay, but even before that, there was some discomfort? I don't know, okay.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
Okay.
Really?
Do a what? What was the thing?
She's saying to try to see if I can put weight on it without having weight on my other foot. I took my shoes off.
You want me to help you?
Well, see, I don't know. I gotta find something to spot. That's pretty good. That's pretty damn good.
Do you feel,
That's pretty damn good.
do you feel it all?
Very good.
I
Did you feel it at all?
did I have a foot?
Well, no. I mean the pain.
No.
Okay. I'm curious about something from the camera point of view. Were you zeroed right in on her foot? You got it on the foot? Okay, good. All right. Just want to make sure the camera got a close-up or something like that. Okay. Have a seat.
I'll leave my shoes off.
Okay. And I want to go out in the audience. I'm assuming you guys have some kind of questions or something else we could ask to test how well this is doing or anything. So so anybody have a comment or something to say? Yeah, hold on. All right. Could you stand up?
Sure.
Okay.
When you go back to the time when you had to take all those buses to school, is
Yeah.
there any emotion left there?
Not really. I'm searching for it. Can you see? I'm shifting my eyes around trying to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who else? Okay, I'm going to get over there somehow. Here we go. Hi, Marie, go ahead.
I was wondering how you feel. Do you feel at peace or do you feel agitated? How do you feel?
Actually, this last round of tapping, I mean, it was like a shower of grace came over me from top to bottom. So yes, that would be the answer. Yes.
Okay, good. Who else? Go ahead, Loretta.
2 questions, Betsy. One, what is the fear factor now at being a healer? Not deserving, but fear factor.
I guess it's neutral. It's that. Then that would be 0. Is that neutral? The fear.
Well, if you feel no fear.
Huh?
Remember your heart was
Yeah.
before?
Yeah. It's just fine.
Okay, and then the other question, which is a tag along for that, does that then for you feel like an acceptance of your path? So you no longer need to be hobbled?
Yeah.
Oh, you metaphorical person, you.
I couldn't resist it.
Yes, moving forward, taking steps, doing more.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Who else? I saw somebody else's hand back here. You stand up.
You may have answered this, but I was going to ask you, what do you feel you can do now that you couldn't do
That's-
before?
What's different? Right?
Yes, what is different? In other words, were you afraid of reaching out to groups, or what was it that you couldn't do before that you feel you can do now?
I think media attention comes to mind.
On a scale of 0 to, I'm going to come back up there. Hold on a second. Let me put this thing back in here. What I'd like to have you do is do a little exercise
Okay.
with me, and I'd like to have you imagine in the future media attention. Right now, you can recreate it because you've got cameras on you right now.
Yeah.
But imagine you're on Oprah, okay? And you're getting attention as the healer of the year or whatever it is, okay? Dr. Betsy.
I'm not a doctor, though.
Well, we'll call you Dr. Betsy anyway, okay? Or Healer Betsy, whatever the case may be. Close your eyes, imagine such a scenario, something like the Colosseum we did before in the future, and tell me what shows up.
I'm just on.
You're just on.
I'm on. I'm there. I'm present. I am delighted.
Okay, but the camera's looking right at you. There's the big light, the red light. Go, Betsy.
And I mean, I just have this feeling that I'm just looking out and saying, oh, I can help you.
Okay. All right, good.
From a place of just pure joy.
Good. Okay, wonderful. Anybody else? Hold on a second. We'll go over here to Hamoud.
I want to ask Betsy about when she was outside walking, any memories or feelings or thoughts that came up
Well,
while there?
we have a witness. It was very interesting. We were just sitting and talking by a fountain. Decided to go by water because that's nice. And this beautiful yellow butterfly just flitted by us, and we both took notice of that. It was very metaphoric and lovely, and it got our attention. The other thing is that we noticed that the area out there was very much like a public square, and there's a bell out there, and how it just made me think about, people who are prosecuted usually get prosecuted in public arenas. But, you know, it felt so serene and peaceful as we were out there too. So I don't know what you all were doing in here. There was a sensation toward the end of the time that I was out there that suddenly I just felt so much love. And that was really nice, so thank you.
I'm curious, as we were doing this in here, we got on a number of topics. I'm going to try to pick out some of the words that were central to it. What I'm going to ask you is if any of these words that I'm giving to you here somehow showed up in one way, shape, or form out there. It's just an experiment here. But one of those words had to do with the concept of it being dangerous to be an acknowledged healer. Did that show up out there at all?
That doesn't
It didn't show up.
resonate.
It's okay.
Yeah, that doesn't resonate.
I just don't know what was going on. We were doing stuff here. I just want to know if anybody plugged in.
Yeah.
What other terms were we using? How about the term lighten up?
That could. That could.
Okay, what else? Conflict. The idea being you're in conflict. We're all in conflict. We have one emotion. We have two conflicting emotions.
Conflict. That doesn't sound right.
All right. Other words? Alone.
Yes.
Alone?
Yes.
Okay, can you bring up where the alone thing came in?
I guess it was just a feeling of you are different, you are alone, you are
Okay, was it
different, alone. That was kind of what it was.
Yeah, I know the whole idea. I mean, I'm trying to ask you to remember stuff out there is a bit of a challenge. But the alone thing, was it a come and go thing, or was it I feel alone out here? Can you be a little more specific about the alone?
I mean, at one point, I actually, because I was with Cheryl over there, we were talking for a while, but eventually I went inside and alone. I closed my eyes. I basically tuned out to her. I mean, sorry about that, Cheryl, but I just went alone.
You did not acknowledge her, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, she's not expecting anything from me. She's just making sure I don't freak out or something. So that's how I connect to the word alone. I went alone for a while.
Okay.
So.
All right. What other words? Arrogance.
Arrogance. Huh.
No. I didn't think it was going to land either.
No, that didn't land.
Go ahead. I didn't hear you. I love you. How about I love you,
Well, you know
Betsy?
what? I'm pretty sure I picked that one up. Like I just said, I had this, it was a very emotional sort of heart feeling toward, I'm just sitting there. And I actually felt very done, and because I'd been sitting there with my eyes shut. And then I said to Cheryl, I said, isn't it time we're supposed to go in? And I, sent her in first so I didn't interrupt anything. But I mean, I have a sense that was probably when you were done.
Yeah.
I mean, I was actually, and I remember grabbing my arms like this and like stretching after that, and then just like feeling done. So I don't know if that actually synced up with what y'all were doing, but it was interesting.
It may well have. We're just exploring that possibility. Any other words, concepts?
Others deserve more attention.
Others deserve more attention than me. Did that concept show up out there?
That's funny because it was more like, I'm getting so much attention for now that I'm being killed. Like, it's just like really weird, because when you're publicly strewn up or.
Well, just so you know, one of the things that we did up here was we got to the point where, yes, you don't want to be an acknowledged healer. It's better to be quiet, etc. But when I ask for somebody to come up here, your hand goes right up, and you're up here, okay? And that's an interesting conflict because you don't want to be there, but here you are. So there's some part of you that wants to be there.
Well, and I filmed with your guys the other day, which was scary, but I did it anyway because I feel so strongly about your work. I wanted to get my 2 cents in, but that wasn't in front of a crowd.
Yeah, okay. Well, this is a crowd. This is a crowd?
Yeah, this is a crowd.
This is a crowd. What other terms, concepts did we deal with that you can think of?
Had to be brave.
Had to be brave. I don't remember did we do that? Had to be brave?
Had to be quiet.
Had to be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Bad bathroom.
Bad bathrooms?
Bad bathrooms.
Did that show up in your thoughts
No,
out there?
no,
Okay.
I think that's more from this life, but
We speculated on the term worthy.
worthy would
Did that
fit.
show up out there at all?
It just feels right when you say that, yeah, that's,
Yeah, often, see, that was one I think I brought up, and it just felt right. That's intuition kicking in. And you never know, by the way, if it really is right, if it's your own chatter, but it never hurts to go with it. How long does it take?
right,
You know?
yeah.
Okay. Anybody else with comments, questions, what things we worked on, any of that? Go ahead.
I just want to share,
Well, hold on a second. I'll come out there and you can be acknowledged for it. How's that? Stand up.
I wasn't going to speak up, but I really feel the need to. I had a very similar issue as you in the very same spot on the left side of my foot. Very, very similar issues, and my foot feels fine. I've been pressing it. It's like released. And I've had this on the tendon of my foot for at least 4 or 5 years.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Now, would that be because as you were tapping, presumably for her in a surrogate way, were you also consciously tapping for yourself?
Yeah, I was.
Oh, you were?
I was.
Okay. So we don't know at this point whether this surrogate work surrogately helped your foot because you had a focus on your
Yeah, I
foot.
have to say, I mean, I couldn't help not noticing the uncanny similarities.
Sure. Okay. Well, yeah, and, okay, all the issues, I mean, a similar case. Okay,
Yes,
so
very similar.
It stands to reason. I'm curious of everybody out here, during this whole session that we were doing in behalf of Betsy, how many of you could say you had some healing or improvement of something yourself? How many? Just raise your hands higher so I can just get a good sense of it. That looks like about a third of you, something like that. Okay, good. Okay, let's see, what time do we have here? We have 12:15. Okay, thank you, Betsy. That was marvelous.
Thank you.
Give me a big hug, would you?